Hi everybody, and welcome to Dr. Chad's video blog of the week for the week of April 19th, 2010. I hope you're doing well today. We're going to be throwing a little bit of a monkey wrench into next week's Tuning into Health show at DesMoinesAmplified.com. In fact, we're not going to be having a show, so I'm going to be dealing with some family issues and taking the week off for the radio program. So the practice will still be open Tuesday through Thursday. So what am I going to talk about today? How about spinal tuning? Huh? 3 questions, just quick questions, just to get it through to you. What spinal tuning is. So what is spinal tuning? How is it practiced? And how can you learn more about it? So what is spinal tuning? It's an after adjustment protocol. I'm a chiropractor. I adjust people and to get their nervous system clear, to get their brain and body communicating with as little interference as possible between that two communication. Spinal tuning is something that I utilize after the adjustment to help the body contemplate what just happened to it. And this is what they used to do back in the old days of chiropractic. After the person would get adjusted, they'd go into a separate room and relax and lay down for a little bit so their body could contemplate what just happened to it. With spinal tuning, what I'm going to be doing is adding qualitative information into the spine and nervous system while you're doing that relaxation. And that is important because it can help the brain understand where the body's stress is at. So the only way to do that really is with a tuning fork. And I got a tuning fork right here. When I tap the tuning fork, you can hear it. I think you can hear that. There's 2 ways you can sense that vibration. You can either hear it or you can either feel it. Okay, I can feel the vibration. That means that signals are being picked up by my nervous system, and they go up the arm, up the neck, into the brain, and then your brain interprets that vibrational sense. Okay, so what we're doing with spinal tuning is we are putting qualitative information. If you look at health as harmony within the body, you can analogize it as just like a symphony orchestra. What happens before a symphony orchestra starts playing a masterpiece? Well, first of all, the first violinist goes in and he plays his note to get the rest of the symphony members in track with what's happening, where he is within his perfect tune. It's called a reference tone. A barbershop quartet will use a reference tone in terms of a pitch pipe. I was a member of a barbershop quartet when I was back in college, and I tell you what, folks, if the pitch pipe isn't used, it's a disaster. So what ends up happening if we look at health in the body as harmony within the body, and we know that the only way to help out the body get perfect harmony is if the nervous system, the brain and body have no interference between them, and then we add a reference tone, meaning the tuning fork. We add a reference tone to help the body and brain gain that understanding of where it is in space and time, for lack of a better term. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, so if we add that vibration into the spine and nervous system, the brain can interpret where the body's stress is at, because you draw awareness to the different areas of your body and your spine. And what ends up happening is you start getting a strategy being developed within the brain, and then that strategy starts to unfold in terms of involuntary motion happening within the spinal muscular system. The skeletal system in general. So it's not just the spine that starts moving. And that helps the body relieve stress naturally. So, of course, I give normal adjustments just like any other chiropractor. I make sure that the mind and body are free of clear of that interference between the brain and the body's communication. And then I add qualitative information into that to help the brain and body work more efficiently, and to help the body and brain determine where the stress is throughout the body. Okay? How is it practiced? I just kind of went through that, but it's always after an adjustment. The adjustment is given first, and then eventually the patient can actually learn. It's a skill. The patient can learn how to do spinal tuning and can kind of use it as meditation at home to help get their body centered. It's really kind of an interesting concept here. How can you learn about it? I'm the only one practicing it. Basically, it's an offshoot of another technique called network spinal analysis. And back in 1999, I went to a seminar. I was skeptical about it, and I was going to be an honest skeptic, and I learned a little bit about it. But when I brought it back to my practice, I couldn't make it work. Basically, the concept with network spinal analysis is you didn't have to do the physical adjustment to get the bone to move and to get the interference out. Now, I don't necessarily agree with that. I think the physical adjustment is the most efficient way to clear that interference between the brain and the body. Some people might disagree with me, and that's fine. What ends up happening when it comes to learning about spinal tuning, I'm starting to give webinars. So if you're interested in learning more about spinal tuning, you can contact me, and I'm going to be setting up some webinars here in the near future. Contact me at drchad@rohlfsen.com. I'll put the email, what was it, right here? Is that where it is? Yeah. The world of editing is so interesting. I'll let you know when we're going to be giving those webinars about spinal tuning. Eventually, it has to go into a workshop format because you can't learn spinal tuning without actually physically being there. And just like you can't necessarily describe spinal tuning to somebody very accurately, they have to have it done to themselves to get the full essence of what's happening. So hope that satisfied some curiosity. Probably not. But the webinars are coming up. They're going to be very reasonably priced for the time that you spend with them. So other than that, remember, no show this April 19th, 2010 with Tuning into Health with Dr. Chad at DesMoinesAmplified.com. So we're going to go from there, and I want you to have a wonderful, wonderful couple weeks. Take care, and we'll see you on the flip side. Bye-bye. Hi, my name is Dr. Chad Rohlfsen, and if you're looking for a chiropractor in the Des Moines area, give me a call, 727-4000. Thanks.